time to talk about Detroit Lions. It is Friday. They play Monday night. What matchups are you looking out for, Spinny? What matchups are you keen to?
I think the biggest matchup that we mentioned a little bit before we left is Max Crosby versus this Lions offensive line. No matter where he lines up, if it is on Penei Sewell, if it is on Taylor Decker, that is the one you got to be aware of. That's the one you have to key in on. Max Crosby is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, and you need to neutralize him. I know you're not going to stop him for the entire game because he's that good. He is going to get his, but you need to be able to calm him down. You have to be chipping him with running backs. You have to be chipping him with tight ends, making sure that you do everything to give Jared Goff enough time to sit in the pocket, make his progressions, and deliver a good ball to somebody. So Max Crosby versus one of these Lions tackles is going to be the biggest, the most key matchup that I look for, because the dude's a game wrecker. That's what he does. He goes out there, he kicks ass, he takes names, and he sacks quarterbacks. So you need to make sure you know where Max Crosby is at all times. You need to make sure you have multiple bodies being sent towards him, multiple bodies throwing him off what he wants to do, so you can keep Jared Goff clean in the pocket.
For me, obviously that's number one. Lucky you had the easiest one to go from.
Thank you.
But no, I agree. And Dan Campbell spoke to that earlier this week too. Both Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell need to be on alert, and it's going to be a war. I think luckily enough for the Detroit Lions, obviously Aiden's coming too in this league, but we have Aiden Hutchinson that Penei gets to see in practice every week. Same vice versa with Taylor Decker. A matchup for me that I'm concerned about, I know a lot of people want to jump right away to Devontae Adams, but if you've been paying attention or if you play fantasy football, you should know Jacoby Myers has been tearing it up as a touchdown receptionist. Is that a word? I know it's a word if you're working for the office, but either way, Jacoby Myers has been a touchdown machine for the Raiders. And yeah, you look at Cam Sutton and Devontae Adams, it's an obvious matchup obviously we're going to get to, but I guess I'm more concerned about a guy with Jacoby Myers who's been taking advantage of these cornerback 2 situations, have been scoring all year long. It hasn't been much for the Raiders, but he's been the one doing a majority of it.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers is a great receiver. He's a big guy. He can make contested catches. He's great with his body control, so you definitely need to be aware of where he's at on the field.
He's third in the league right now in touchdowns.
Yeah, stopping those 2 guys is a tough task for anyone. They have 2 very good receivers on the outside, so you need to make sure your cornerbacks are keyed in. You're having great communication of who covers what, who covers anybody where, so you need to make sure that you know where they are. Another guy I look at is not Josh Jacobs. I obviously Josh Jacobs scares me because of the talent he is, but the Lions have been very good at containing running backs. The Lions have been very good at limiting the run game so far this year. We've spoken to that in depth.
He's having like his worst year yet too.
Yeah, Michael Mayer is a guy I think the Lions need to look out for. He's a rookie, obviously, out of Notre Dame. He is one of the top tight ends in this draft. The Lions did draft Sam Laporta over him, but Michael Mayer is a very talented receiver of the football. So you need to make sure that you have a guy on him. He's a big body. He eats up a lot of space in the middle of the field. He can abuse a smaller guy if he's put on him. And he's an athletic dude, so he can make some things happen after he gets the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I'm with you. Chris and I were listening to AG on the way in, and that's one of the names that he brought up was Michael Mayer. Just kind of all the offensive weapons they got. Obviously, a league leader in rushing yards last year, and Josh Jacobs. Told you guys he was a fraud. Anyway, Devontae Adams still a dog. That's a name that we're all familiar with as Detroit Lions fans when he was here in Green Bay. But Michael Mayer is the other name that he brought up, and I guess that Brian Branch was speaking of him specifically because he got burnt up pretty good by Michael Mayer in a bowl game. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely a guy they're keeping their eyes on. Michael Mayer's one for me. Nick, do you want to get on this at all? What matchups are you looking forward to in this game?
Yeah, I got a couple for you. It starts with stopping the run, and Jack Campbell had a very poor game against the Ravens. So I think Jack Campbell versus Josh Jacobs is going to be a key matchup. If you stop this run and make it one-dimensional, I think it's going to be a long day for Jimmy G. And then on the other side of the ball, it's going to be J-Mo versus Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters is super old. J-Mo, one of the fastest receivers in the league. I think that's going to be a key matchup that we have to expose every single time Marcus Peters is one-on-one with J-Mo.
I like that too. I guess I got to ask you this one. Where's everyone's confidence level with J-Mo now? After 6 targets, 0 catches last week.
Yeah, that was horrible.
The drop against Carolina.
I'm at like a 7. I like him at home a lot better than on the road, especially with Jared Goff. So he's gonna have a big day.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get hit in stride a couple times, but it's tough, man. He's a home run hitter, so it's not. He's never gonna be a guy like Amon-Ra St. Brown that catches 15 balls a game. Like, that's not gonna happen. So you just got to keep taking your shots, and hopefully you break one of them.
I'm with you too. They've put a number on it though, 1 through 10 confidence level on JMO.
I would say 6
in this matchup.
Oh, in this matchup?
Yeah.
7. Yeah, I'm with Nick.
Yeah. I think it's up there. Everything you guys said too about it being home, not outdoors, got all that stuff going towards your favor. Ben Johnson's a guy, he makes plays for specific guys. It's one of the things he mentioned in his news conference that obviously we'll get to a little bit later today, but I know that he mentioned that there's a couple calls where he was just trying to spread the ball out, where he just went to the guys that get this team going. And I'm assuming he was talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown in that scenario, or Sam Laporta, because he is one of those guys who's kind of just jumpstart the offense. And as we know, when you do that to their defense, they have to start tailoring the way their coverage in the field. And thank God that we have enough weapons, so I feel like you can manipulate stuff like that, especially at home. We're not throwing against the wind with Jared Goff. JMO versus Marcus Peters, that's a good one. I think the Lions got that. I mean, I don't even know. I can't name the rest of their DBs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of great ones. Nate Hobbs is their other starting cornerback, and I'm looking at another matchup that I like and that I'd like to exploit is Sam Laporta versus the safeties of this team. The safeties of this team, you got Marcus Epps, who was on the Eagles last year. He's a solid safety, but he's nothing special or game-changing. And then you got Trayvon Moyberg, who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is that guy?
So I'd like to see them use a lot of Sam Laporta down the seam, Sam Laporta in the middle of the field, get him into open space against some of the weaker competition that they have on their team, which are their backers and their safeties. So I'd like to see them use him a lot and get him involved early.
One matchup that I know we hinted at, but I'm looking forward just to watching it as a football fan, not even like a Lions fan, just to watch game on game. Cam Sutton and Devontae Adams. And obviously Devontae Adams, I think you give him the nod there as like who's a better player pound for pound. But I think in this system we've seen the best of Cam. Maybe we haven't even seen the best of Cam Sutton. I mean, this is only his first year in the system with AG. I think Cam Sutton, and especially Devontae's been dealing with a shoulder injury, his shoulder or his arm. Something's messed up there. And since that injury, his number's been like kind of dwindling down a little bit. He hasn't been the Devontae of old. I know he got a couple good looks against the Packers, but I think it's because they force-fed him the ball in that situation. I think Cam Sutton versus Devontae Adams is going to be a good one to watch. Cam's not like a smaller like DB. He's obviously played well in the system. That's one I'm looking forward to. And Josh Jacobs versus just the linebacking core. I mean, I don't want to be sound that dismissive of Josh Jacobs because he can still get you, obviously, if he gets the ball in open space. But I say it's a matchup, but I feel like we're winning that one, really. I'm not really scared of Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
I mean, who on this team in the offense of that ball is putting fear in you boys? Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams, yeah.
Getting banged up. Maybe feeling a little bit better, though. He's been, but he's been playing every week with it.
Yeah, one thing I want to the Lions to look out for, I know it doesn't happen very often, but they got to be careful on special teams because they got DeAndre Carter as their returner for the Raiders, and he's a good player. He played on the Raiders last year. He's very quick. He played on the Chargers last year. He's very quick, very elusive, good in open space. He's their punt and kick returner. So this is a guy you're going to have to be aware of. Make sure, you get Jack Fox. Hopefully they don't have to punt at all, but if they do have to punt, you get it up. Allow your team to get down there and cover it well because this is a guy who can be explosive in open field. So you're going to have to watch out for him. Yeah,
I mean, I like the Lions special teams, but it's definitely – I mean, the Lions, I think when I compliment their special teams, maybe it's a little bit more offensively, but I don't kick returns. I think they're good. I mean, you probably make a good point on punt returns. You always have the risk to get gouged there, even if it's just for a couple extra yards. But I think overall, we're all pretty confident Detroit Lions win this game, right? What was the Vegas had the spread at, Nick? Was like 7.5?
Yeah, 7.5 last time I saw it. But like I said earlier, this is going to be total domination by the Lions on Monday Night Football. They're going to prove that last week was a fluke, and they're coming back strong in this one.
Yeah, I almost feel like with the expectation of winning, do we need to put like we need to see them dominate, or are you guys cool with just getting the dub?
I don't care.
This is the NFL.
Just get a win. Just get a win. Any way you can do it, just go out there and get a win. It would be nice to see them go out there and dominate like they did against Carolina or against Tampa Bay, but you just go out there and get a win, and I'll be happy.
Is there any one piece of this team you'd like to see dominate? Any unit or side of the ball?
I think the intermediate pass catchers of the Lions are really going to eat in this game. Like I said, the safeties and the backers of the Raiders are very weak. So if you can get Amon-Ra St. Brown, you can get Sam Laporta, even Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield involved early, I think they can do a lot of damage.
Congratulations, you just got Amon-Ra St. Clown.
Yeah, Amon-Ra's going to go off. I mean, Amon-Ra still had a little bit of a day. Obviously, little maybe garbage time stats there, but he got going. I think it was like 12 catches for still like 123 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm around to his thing. Yeah, I'm with you though too. Sam Laporta. Actually, what I do want to see is not like a mandatory thing or because they got their ass kicked kind of thing, but I do want to see a little bit more of what we saw at Jameer in the second half. I want some comfort to know like that was real and there's something to believe in and buy into there when it comes to Jameer Gibbs, 12th overall pick, investment made by Brad Holmes of the Detroit Lions.